thought I'd do a little update. I'm here with Nate. Say hi, Nate.
Hi.
Just thought that I would check in with you guys. So, check this out. Do you see that? It snowed this morning and all afternoon. Finally stopped, and now we have rain. And I can't stand the days where, like, I have a plan and then it just gets derailed. I mean, that's life sometimes, right? But it's annoying. I had, like, multiple events I was going to go to today. I was also really looking forward to the Bedford, Massachusetts Minutemen put on a pole capping reenactment every year. And I had been talking a lot about Liberty poles and everything, and I myself have never actually seen a live pole capping outside of, like, it being depicted on a couple TV shows. I think it's on, like, Turn Washington Spies, and if you guys haven't seen that series, you're looking for something to binge, Turn. Mostly historically accurate. There's a couple little, like, love triangle things that aren't, but really good show. Anyways, so we were going to do that, maybe go to Salem to check out, they're doing like a military muster, a thing honoring the National Guard, since Salem is the birthplace of the National Guard. And then Woburn, Mass also had a like pre-Patriots Day 250th event going on with their militia group there as well. But I looked outside this morning and it was worse. It was like coming down hard. You see all that white stuff? It was coming down hard. I'm sure the windshield wipers are annoying. And windy and cold. So right now the thermostat in my car says 37, but I think it feels like what, Nate? Like 25? Yeah, it feels like 25. So it's really, really cold, really, really nasty. I also had some like health issues this morning with some of my issues that I have. So, I mean, truthfully, even if the weather had cooperated, it would have been a tough morning to get out going early and a tough afternoon. So, I mean, everything happens for a reason. We're just going to town now to run some errands. Thought I would check in. Hey guys, I have been avoiding starting a Facebook page. I really have learned to like Instagram. You know, I got in with the cool hip kids and created the Instagram and thought that's the way to go. But it's been a while. I still only have 43 followers. It's okay, no guilt trip or anything like that. Just saying, I had a couple people say to me, hey, you need a Facebook. Some of us old boomers, you know, that's what we're used to. So I went ahead yesterday and in between housework and errands and chores, it was a busy day yesterday, when I was working out, and then on my bike I sat there and created a Facebook. So it's going to take some use to getting the juggling between the Instagram and the Facebook, and I had some technical difficulties yesterday, but it's up and running, so you can find me on Instagram at @that_historychick and on Facebook at @thathistorychick, and of course here on YouTube at @thathistorychick. So this week, this coming week is going to be a little bit crazy, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Patriots Day. So a lot more information coming out day by day from Lexington and Concord and beyond, and we are trying desperately to figure out where we're going to go. I feel like I'm getting pulled in a million different directions, and of course parking, road closures and things like that are a factor. There has been a lot of information that's good coming out, kind of short notice, but I'm glad the information is there. There's also an interactive map that I have seen to kind of try to help you. There are going to be buses in the train runs, but we're not sure how that all operates. I would almost rather roll the dice and drive myself and walk a distance. The only problem is the forecast. Right now it is showing some rain for Saturday, Patriots Day, April 19th, which would be a big time bummer. Hopefully it's not too cold. If it's like sunny and raining, that's a different story. We will have to see what happens. But a lot of exciting things going on. Today, the Lexington Depot Museum, which I've showed a few times, right there by the Visitor Center on Lexington Green, opened. As you can see, I didn't make it there either. this week there is also a really cool event, a stamp unveiling. The U.S. Postal Service is unveiling a new sheet of stamps that will be available for everybody to purchase that depicts, I think it's 5 key moments or battles of the Revolutionary War for Independence. And it's cool too because each of those scenes are places that I have been to. And I will be buying a couple sheets probably, but they're actually going to do the unveiling at Concord, Massachusetts on Wednesday. So that is kind of a cool different thing. Might try to make it over too. And then we have to decide where we would like to go and say hi to Mr. Paul Revere from. So, you know, he took off the evening really of April 18th, and he left his home in the north end of Boston, rode through Charlestown, and made his way eventually to Lexington. Well, you can kind of follow his ride, and there's different options like a little boat cruise, different stops where you can see him, and you can see the 2 lanterns hung in the Old North Church. Do we do that, or do we go to Concord to see him arrive and tell John Hancock and Sam Adams that the regulars are in fact out? Not the British are coming. We were all, whether you like it or not, British at that time. So he wouldn't have like said the British are coming. I mean, it's fine. I'm not, you know, some people can be like Nazis about stuff. It's fine. It's fine. It's the intent is there to say, you know, the regulars are out. Some people just don't know the verbiage. So that's all right. But yeah. So trying to figure out where we want to see him. I definitely think this being the 250th anniversary, we would like to see him somewhere, and then he'll also be out a couple days later. There are places that are kind of doing the whole Patriots Day reenactment again in segments from different towns, and you know, all the towns up and down from Lexington to Concord, in between, all around, between Boston, everybody has celebrations going on. So we're really trying to figure out what the heck we're going to do. And then we have to decide, are we going to get there crazy early in the morning with thousands and thousands of people and try to get a viewing spot, which may be very difficult, or do we show up a little bit later and just say, well, we've been to Patriots Day enough that we don't need to be there like that morning? I mean, as long as we're kind of enjoying the festivities. There's going to be block parties, nighttime drone show celebration, I think like food trucks and music, stuff like that. Both Lexington and Concord, and again, all the towns around doing different things. So it's really hard. I can only be one place at a time. Not sure what we're going to do. And then, like I said, the road closures, the parking, traffic, all that is definitely a factor. So it's going to be an adventure, you guys, for sure, as we kind of navigate this big anniversary, big deal that, you know, the whole nation really, well, they should be looking forward to. And the roads are a little bit dicey, and it's a little windy. It's like isn't great, but we absolutely had to go to this store. But yeah, so much going on, and it's also Passover tonight, which some of you may have gleaned that is something we celebrate, and we do. Also Resurrection Sunday coming next weekend, so lots of stuff. Patriots Day in between, and tomorrow is our 24th wedding anniversary. Now, typically we do something fun, and I had said that Savannah may end up being the week before fun thing that we do. We always go somewhere and do something. Usually when we lived on the West Coast, we used to go to Disneyland, and one time we went to DC, one time we came out here, well, to Boston, but we always try to do something. But the weather's going to be doo-doo. It's going to look like this, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Of course, now that I stopped driving, it also stopped raining. Nate's gonna go in and he wants his favorite coffee. Oh, I can shut off those blasted windshield wipers, that's the word. Does dreary weather like this give everybody brain fog and tired? And if you're prone to migraines, does it make your migraines worse? It does for me. Look how pretty Portsmouth is. So I think I'm in a spot I'm not really supposed to be in. Well, he's just gonna grab coffee and then we're gonna go. I kind of want to go into work even though I'm not working today. I actually love my coworkers. And the reason I want to go in is because we've been texting all week. Do you guys watch Love on the Spectrum on Netflix? Got totally hooked on it, and my sister in California loves it and texts me about it, and my friend at work texts me about it, and all three of us like love the show. And it's such a good show. It's actually really uplifting, really cute, and this season was so good, and I haven't been able to talk to my coworker friend about it in person yet, so I might go in there just so I can talk about the show. Not that I'm not like super busy, because I am. I have like tons of stores to get to tonight, and I have like our big dinner tonight. So yeah, it's a little crazy that I'm even out here, but I just can't sit still and do nothing. Like, I hate that. So it's fine. We're going to town. And then I could see the glimmer in this one's eyes that he wanted coffee. I'm like, I know my customers. You want your coffee, don't you? He's like, yeah. All right. And he wants his M&M cookie. I'm like, well, get it while you can. That sun goes down and you ain't eating cookies. That's why I call him an adult man baby sometimes. So, a lot going on. Thought I would give you guys the update. Do you like these updates? I don't even know how many of you are going to watch this. I have had some of you reach out and say that, you know, you want more of just like me. I'm not really a like spotlight on me, though I'm obviously not shy and I'm very easygoing. I'm not like a spotlight type of like, you guys need to know about me and my life type of person, but I have had some of you reach out to say, hey, what about you? What about this and that? Which usually these vlogs are history based. And if you've been watching, you know that usually like I go to a town and I'll point things out and I'll give you a lesson, or we go on an adventure together and discover history, you know, alive through historic sites of the past that are being preserved, or through an event or a museum, something like that. But I just thought I'd reach out today and say, hey, what's up? And tell you what's been going on and why I didn't film anything extra spectacularly cool today. Just me driving in a storm. Sincerely hope he hurries up, because the parking enforcers here, no joke. I have had multiple tickets. I've gotten out of all of them. You just have to like write the city and explain yourself. I've had good reasons each time why like those tickets were bunk and shouldn't have happened, but they're relentless here. So I will let you guys know via those social medias that I am now on, as to what we end up doing this coming week, what events I attend, where we go, and how we celebrate the 250th Patriots Day. So again, Instagram, _historychick, Facebook at @historychick, YouTube at @historychick, and you guys feel free to, you know, always reach out with comments, questions, concerns, anything that you guys want to share with me. I'm a super open book. I don't put on pretenses, and I consider myself serious about history, but I'm a chill person. We're a chill family, so you guys definitely don't be shy. No question is a dumb one, and I will answer anything I can, no matter what it is. And hope you guys have been enjoying. We're almost going to be at a year of this channel, after years of people basically saying to me, you should start a vlog, you should start a vlog, you should start a vlog, and me kind of resisting, you know, when the kids were little. I didn't really want to put myself out there. There's weirdos in the world. It can be weird, it can be creepy. They got older, and one day I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So here we are at this juncture, and really appreciate all the love, support, and everything that you guys have given me. And here comes the boy with the coffee. So with that, I'm that history chick, and like Patrick Henry, I know of no way of judging the future but by the past. we will see you soon with more exciting content. Historical as usual. But it was good to check in. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Take care. Love you guys. Bye. Interesting update. Bonus footage. Not the kind of bonus I really wanted for my day, but I almost never ever go to Whole Foods. I mean, maybe like a couple times a year. I have to say that they do have nice produce. And usually it's like if I want to get some kind of like essential oil or definitely not patchouli, not a hippie, or some kind of supplement or something like that. Usually I just get them online, but sometimes if I run out or whatever, like the kids have this vitamin C brand. Anyways, I almost never go to Whole Foods. That was long-winded. But they do this really cool thing where for Passover, they will actually give you one free lamb shank bone, which is an integral part of the Passover Seder or dinner ceremony service that we have. So couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to drive into town to get the lamb shank bone. And thank God they still had them left, so that was really cool. And Nathan and I were like, oh yeah, we were like super excited. I was like, oh, I'm like #winning, like found the shank bone, all right, we're good. Now we have everything we need, even though it took going to 5 different stores to get everything we need. This is not as easy as shopping for Passover if you lived in, let's say, New Jersey. It's much easier to find things there, but here it's a little better than when we lived in like Oregon, Washington, but not as easy as some places. Like my sister in Connecticut, Passover stuff everywhere. Here on the New Hampshire seacoast, it's it. If I'd gone into Massachusetts today, I would have gone to Wegmans, and they always have a nice selection, but whatever. You snooze, you lose. So, anyways, super excited to have gotten my lamb shank bone. And I was leaving the store. It was complimentary, so I didn't have to check out. And I hear like this voice kind of over my shoulder, like yelling at me. And I'm like, what the heck? So I like turn and I look, and there's this chick, and she's going off on me about how dare you dye your hair? You are polluting the rivers and the environment. You're polluting it and ruining it for everybody in Portsmouth. And you are going to give yourself and everyone cancer. And those chemicals are terrible. And how dare you shop at Whole Foods? How dare you shop here as you dye your hair and wear makeup? And I was just like, I was so stunned. I looked at her like, what the heck? And then I couldn't find Nate, so I called him and I was telling him in the parking lot, like, hey, come to the car. This lady just yelled at me. And this other nice lady walked by. She overheard me on the phone, and she's like, oh, she would yell at you too. She was just yelling at somebody else and said the same thing. I was like, whoa, what a weird hill to die on. Like, and also, I should have introduced her to my friend Nunya, because that was Nunya business. You know what I'm saying? Of course, afterwards, I always think of, like, cool stuff I could have said back. Like, I should have looked at her dead in the face and been like, I don't dye my hair and wear makeup. This is just how I naturally look. What are you talking about? That would have been really good. I just basically shook my head and rebuked her. I did. I gave her a firm little rebuking. And kind of walked away. Clearly, there was some level of something not going on upstairs, mental illness or otherwise, so I hope that she's okay, but it was weird, very confrontational and strange coming off of my happiness that was getting my free lamb shank bone. So I don't know, just kind of weird. Thought I'd tell you guys about it. I have noticed, as much as I love New England, people here can be kind of passive aggressive. She was just aggressive. But a lot more weird things. I mean, I guess it's not just here, because I had some weird incidences shortly before we moved here too. I think it's just the way of the world. People are unhinged. Do you remember the time at the Marshalls in Portland, Nathan? Yeah. So when we were living near Portland, Oregon, I had like a weird situation in public too. This lady just started going off on me and calling me a racist because she said I was blocking the aisle with my cart, but I actually had stood back and like let her go and smiled at her, and all of a sudden she just started going off on me. And I'm the furthest thing from racist, but okay. It was, anyways, people are unhinged. Are people unhinged where you guys are? I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Now, given it was a Whole Food shopper, do with that information what you will. Like I said, I don't frequent that, and I probably would avoid it in the past, although getting the free lamb shank bone was nice because they're hard to come by. I don't mind paying for it. It's just no one has it. So, anyways. Hope you guys are having good, positive interactions. I know if I had been able to go to my historic events, I would have been with other nerds that love history and they were out and about enjoying a freezing day but watching some cool stuff, and it would have been a lot more pleasant. Also, we ran errands afterwards, and it was kind of like an interesting crowd out there today. I don't know what's going on in the universe, but weirdness abounds. So, hope you guys are all safe, healthy, happy. I'm going to go home and probably make some, like, maybe soup and a baked potato for dinner on this cold, dreary day. I'm gonna cuddle up with the Springer Spaniels and do our thing. So, all right. The thing is, like, whatever happened to Nanya and minding one's business? I mean, if you're more into natural stuff, all right, whatever. If you like a little glam, whatever. Like, okay, let's be real. If you're a crunchy granola, you probably don't watch my channel, right? I mean, sorry if you are and you do, but chances are if you are a subscriber of That History Chick and you're checking in on this little check-in, you probably are not like the tree hugger. What is it with these people? And she, by the way, smelled like patchouli. Like, she looked very Vermont. We're a couple hours from Vermont, but she had that. Or it was like, have you guys ever seen Portlandia? It was almost like a parody, or like a Saturday Night Live from Portland, Oregon, or like worse, Eugene, Oregon. If you guys know, you know, type of skit. It was weird. Like, Nathan thinks it's kind of funny. He didn't see it happen. Of course, I wish he had. Hindsight is kind of funny, but it was also kind of like, really? There's so many other causes in the world and things. It's like she sits there and waits for people to leave Whole Foods, and if they look like they might have a little help brightening their hair,